So I'm packing up to move using the tractor. All the shelves are down because I've added this this top platform onto the tractor. I'll show you what's going on there after I've moved it and unpacked it. But it is fully loaded with sorry, been working hard this morning. Fully loaded with everything off my shelves. So about to load this thing up and then go for a drive. Okay, it's currently 6 AM on Sunday morning. I'm about to load the tractor onto my hired trailer. Now, I'm doing it at this time for 3 reasons. One, because it's pretty bloody cold and my little ute's going to be working pretty hard to pull this thing, so I want it to be nice and cool to keep the engine cool, and also so I can run the heater, which will also keep the engine cool. 2, because there'll be a lot less traffic at this time of the morning, and I've got a bit of a distance to go. And 3, because early morning on a Sunday is probably what I think is the least likely time I'm going to run into any of these. So, wish me luck. If you're any of my neighbours, I'm sorry. This person pulled up while I was coming down the driveway and then just sat there with the car in reverse for the entire time that I was filming this. I have no idea who they are or what they were doing. Although, to be fair, they were probably looking at me and thinking the same thing. That was the drive chain skipping and then the clutch randomly engaging while it was at idle. I have no idea why it did that. Well, that was harder work than I thought it would be. It's in a position now where I think I can winch it up onto the trailer. I don't know why it's bouncing around like that. I might know why. I didn't quite have time to do everything I wanted to do for the move. I don't know why it stopped steering. That battery's fully charged. Well, I thought it was. There's not a problem with the battery, a problem with the charger. But I should be able to winch it on from there and hit the road. Let's see how well this works. Well, not really sure what to do about this. I'm trying to winch it up, but the weight at the back of the trailer is causing the tow ball to lift up. It's causing the back of the ute to come off the ground, and the whole thing is starting to slide sideways that way. If I keep winching it up, it's going to jackknife in the street, and then we'll be in real trouble. I'm going to have to take some weight off the back of that. Didn't actually foresee this happening. Little ute just isn't heavy enough. Well, upon closer inspection, there's not actually a whole lot of weight that I can remove off the back of that. The toolboxes maybe, but I mean, I can lift each one of those by myself, except for this big one, but 2 people can lift that. It's only going to be a few hundred kilos total for all of them. It's just a heavy beast and a light ute, so I think I need to abort mission, quit while I'm ahead or behind as the case may be, and just call a tilt tray to come in and do it. It's just, on this hill with this much weight, it's just not safe. Not by myself. Them's the brakes. Well, I figured out some of the problem, at least with the drive system. You bring you down underneath. Have a look down here at my jack shaft. How crooked that is. Because that adjustment has slid down. It's now right at the bottom of its slot. So this much weight up a hill, I guess, was just too much. I'm going to have to come up with some kind of mechanical lock for that point there. The reason it was bouncing around, I think, is partly because my El Cheapo clutch, which is already pretty worn from its trip up the driveway with the old gear ratio, is coming in and out, and partly because with this amount of gear reduction and this amount of chain tension, this cross member with the gearbox on it, with the shaft, is actually twisting and oscillating that way, so it's getting a little bit of, say, axle tramp, gearbox tramp, and this little adjuster is sliding down into the sprocket, so that needs to be replaced with a bolt. That needs to be reinforced, and then I need to add an extension to this
shaft over here, which is the output for the gearbox, and brace it down to the chassis down here. But all that's going to have to happen at some other time, because
I'm moving house. Yeah. This is not going well.
Somehow I managed to find a tilt tray that could do the job the same day on a Sunday, but it couldn't arrive until about 4 o'clock that afternoon.
I'm Jack anyway, man. Oh, I see, it's Tony. Tony, alright. Yeah. So it's a standard, it's a Land Rover front axle. Yeah. Here on this end at the back. Yeah. And it's got a chain drive with a 14 horsepower single cylinder engine. This yourself? Yeah, I built it. Yeah, just sort of put this on now.
Because it doesn't have a handbrake yet, loading it onto the tilt tray was a bit of a process, but we figured it out. Once we're all loaded up, it was time to hit the road. The city I'm moving to is about 100 k's away, but it's all highway. This is me trying to catch up to Tony in the tow truck. I do plan to engine swap this ute at some point in the future, and you'll see that on the channel. But it wasn't too hard to catch him up. Tony drives the world's slowest tow truck. But at least we're getting this speed out of it. Oh, god damn it. It did give us plenty of time to enjoy the sunset though. Eventually we went in different directions. I took the more direct route straight up the side of the mountain. Tony wisely chose to go the slightly longer way with a more gentler incline. By the time Tony arrived at the new place, it was 6 p.m, very dark and very cold. So my 1.5 hour drive with a car trailer turned into 12 hours of stuffing around, but we got the job done. If you're any of my new neighbours, sorry.
So the tractor is home in my new workspace. I've got double garage, broadly the same size as I had before, as well as this this outdoor area. Nice and big and undercover, so I'll be able to start doing more bigger car-based stuff. Got a couple of them planned. Some of them are cars, some of them are just car-sized. So subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.
Somebody take your time and your worth. Just focus on yourself first. Don't let somebody take your time and your worth. Just focus on yourself first.